everyone, and welcome back to my channel. And today we're going to be doing some really fun light up DIYs for Valentine's Day using all the things that I have here in this box. So stay tuned and you'll see what we're going to do.
Every single day I'm gonna make something great. That's my way. Every single day I'm gonna make something great. That's my way.
Okay, for the first DIY, we're going to be using, now everything I'm using in this video did come from the Dollar Tree. I like to use stuff that comes from the Dollar Tree, so that pretty much gives everyone that has Dollar Trees in their area a chance to be able to go get this stuff and make it very easily. So you're going to need one of these, I kind of call them like a little fish bowl, but it's like the small size. One of the candlesticks, some tissue paper, whichever kind that you like, of course some hot glue sticks, some candles, and then we're going to also be using some Mod Podge for this craft. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I went ahead and I opened up that tissue paper, and I'm going to take some scissors and I'm just going to start cutting hearts out in the tissue paper, and I'm going to use this XOXO heart tissue paper, and then I'm going to also use just the red also, and you want to cut several different sizes, small, medium, and big. So once you have all of your hearts cut out, you're going to go ahead and take your Mod Podge and you're going to start placing it on the outside of your bowl, and I'm just going to use this foam brush that I found in an art pack when I was dumpster diving. Okay, and as you're putting the Mod Podge on the jar, you want to start taking your hearts and just start covering the entire thing like this. So after you have your jar all covered like this, what you're going to do is take that Mod Podge and go ahead and do a second coat to seal down any loose edges. And I want to show you guys an easy way to do that is if you just put your hand inside and then you're able to turn it like this. So now I've got the entire thing with the second coat of Mod Podge, so we're just going to set this to the side to dry. Okay, now that our second coat of Mod Podge has dried, I'm going to go ahead and take our candle stand and we're just going to glue it on top of there. And then you can either use an LED tea light or a real tea light. I prefer using the real one because it definitely gives it more light. Now that I have this glued on the stand, I'm going to go ahead and take one of those rings from my previous video and I'm going to glue it right here on the candle stand. And then I'll show you the final look. So here's the way that the little, I guess you would call it candle stand, turned out. I did place it on the thing that I had made for the lantern just to show you guys what it would look like if you wanted to make one of these. I think it looks really good on there. And I do have the light on, so I'm going to turn the light off just for a second so you can see what it looks like without the light. This is how it looks. It's really not picking up the colors as much as it does here in my house. Trying to get a different angle here, so maybe it's still not really picking it up. Maybe you could see the colors just a little bit more when I'm up close, but I am really happy with the way this one turned out. Also, it does put a soft red glow here with the rest of my Valentine stuff. So you'll have to leave a comment and let me know what you guys think of this one. For our next project, we're going to be using these items. We're going to be using one of the wooden signs from the Dollar Tree, some LED tea lights, some ribbon of your choice. I actually got this one because it's red and gold and it matches the sign. Some fake flowers. One of these, they call them craft bottles, but to me they almost look like little mason jars. They are plastic and they're miniature, so I really like them. And then I chose this candy because it was hearts. You can use any candy you like. And then we're going to also be using some battery operated lights. I actually had these left over from Christmas. I've seen videos where people said their Dollar Tree sell little fairy lights. I have not seen that in mine. So for this one, I'm going to be using these. Then I forgot to add, if you do this project, you're going to also need to pick up one of these little screwdriver kits from the Dollar Tree, the ones that have the very tiny tips on them. What we're going to do is we're going to make our sign a light up sign, and this is the reason you're going to need to use the screwdriver out of that screwdriver kit, and you're going to want to use, I'm not sure if it's really showing up, but the smallest one that's got the most point on the end, because we're going to take the sign and turn it over, and we're going to start making holes in the back to place the lights. So if you can see here what I did, I went ahead and just placed the lights on the back. This is not the exact placement. I just want to know everywhere I'm going to need to make a hole to be able to put the light in the back, and this kind of gives me just a rough idea. So what I'm going to do now is take that screwdriver, and where the lights are that I want, I'm just going to start pushing it through to make that hole. Okay, after you get the startle hole with the small screwdriver, I did take a little bit bigger screwdriver that I also got from the Dollar Tree, and I put it in the small hole and just kind of moved it around like this until I got a bigger hole to where I can just press this light on through in the back. Now, if you have those small fairy lights, you probably will not have to do this step, but I just want to show you just in case that you didn't. So as you guys can see now, I have the lights and they're just pushed through every hole I made in the board. Okay, now that I have all my lights placed on my Valentine sign, I'm going to go ahead and take that jar, and I was going to fill it with these candies, but I've actually changed my mind, and I think I'm going to put some of this red filler that I have left over from Christmas. Now, of course, you know, if you don't have this, you can fill your jar with anything you want. Now that I have my jar all filled up, I'm going to take a piece of this ribbon and just glue it around the middle of the jar so the color scheme goes with the sign. Now that I have the ribbon in the jar, I'm going to take some hot glue and I'm going to glue this jar on the sign here to where I have the sign standing up. It's going to look like the jar is in a standing up position. So I have the jar placed on the sign, and what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take my flowers and I'm going to go ahead and place them in that jar, and you'll see the sequins on the heart here will match the red filler I have in the jar, and then I'll show you the final look. Okay, so here's the sign. I actually set it here on my entryway table along with my lantern and the rest of my Valentine stuff. I think it turned out really, really good. Even with the light on, you can still see the lights up around the sign. I always leave these on my signs whether I hang them or not, because I think it kind of gives it like that rustic look, and I really like it. Now, of course, you could hang this on the wall also, because the jar kind of gives it like a floating look. As you can see, I didn't put it all the way to the bottom, but I will dim the light just a little bit and see if you can see the lights better. There you go. So now you can see how it looks without the bright light on, and I really love the way that this sign turned out. Okay, now this next one is super, super simple. As soon as I saw these heart boxes in Dollar Tree, I knew exactly what I was going to do with it. Again, I'm going to use some lights that I have left over from Christmas, but you guys could use any lights that you have, or if you're lucky enough for your Dollar Tree to carry those fairy lights, you can grab some of those. But all I'm going to do is just place the lights inside this box, and you're going to have a really cute light up Valentine box. So here's what the light up Valentine box looks like. Like I said, super simple. That's definitely something that anyone could do. And you see how it looks with the lights inside. I think it's really cute. Completely transforms it. And I thought it made a cute little stand to put our first project on that we did. Now for our last project, we're going to use one of these love signs from the Dollar Tree. I do want to glam it up just a little bit. This is all of the gold bling wrap I have left. I kind of just want to go around the edges. I'm not sure if I'll have enough, but I'm going to try. And then another string of lights. And this is my last string left over for Christmas, so thank God this is our last project. And you're going to also need a screwdriver. And you're going to need that small screwdriver again also. Okay, so the first thing you're going to do is you're going to take your love sign and you're going to turn it over, and you're going to remove the back. So that's where you're going to use your screwdriver, and you're going to undo each one of these little screws and remove this entire back. Now once you get all the screws removed, you can see that the back of the sign just comes right out just like that. So now what we're going to do is kind of the same thing that we did to the Valentine wooden sign. Is I'm going to take that screwdriver and I'm going to start pressing it and making little holes through here because we're going to place the lights in the inside to where they will shine on this side. Now I have the lights all placed on the back of the left side. I'm going to go ahead and take a little bit of that gold diamond wrap and just decorate the front. Okay, I now have the front all decorated the way I wanted. You can see that I ended up just putting the diamond wrap in certain places, and I like the way that it looks. So now let me show you how it looks with the lights on. And here's what the love sign looks like. I'm not really sure if you can tell exactly how much light's coming through it, so I'm going to dim this light for a second. There you go. Now you can see it really well. I think this turned out really pretty also. I love the way it looks, kind of like a marquee sign is what it reminds me of. And then I just put that same mirror base down here at the bottom. So this was our last DIY. You guys will have to leave me a comment and let me know which one was your favorite. And this is unplugged right now because when I had it on, it was too bright to be able to see that. But that's the light up box that we did. So again, this concludes the video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit that little bell down there at the bottom to get notified every time I upload a new video. And like always, thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you next time. Bye bye.